Hi Edward, so this is just a quick tutorial video on how to access the website and how to make simple text changes. So first up, I've sent you an email with a link and a username and password. If you open up the email, click the link, pop in the username, which is case sensitive, so it will need to be capitals, pop in the password, then click sign me in. That will then bring you to this screen here. You can ignore anything on the right hand side about notifications. I'm not quite sure where that comes up, but there's nothing due or nothing that needs paying, so just ignore all of that. Come across to the left hand side where it says websites and click on that. That will then bring a little preview of the website up. Just click on that. That brings another little preview of the site up. Scroll down and then you look to click edit website. This will basically then load Bramble, which is the software I've used to build the website. The first thing to say is it will load your home page to start with. It always begins with that. There's a few quick things I want to mention, which is the things that are common mistakes that cause problems for my customers. The first thing is there's a little trash can. I'm not going to go anywhere near it, but right at the top of the screen there's a little trash can. Never go anywhere near that, basically. It does delete the page entirely. There's no undo button, and it deletes the backup of the page as well. So basically the first tip is don't click the trash can at the top of the screen because there's no undo for that. So yeah, basically steer clear of that. The second thing to say is don't rename any of the website pages. So they've all been named certain names, so the menu works, and also for search engine optimizations and Google, and for the sitemap. So another thing a lot of my customers done is decide to rename lots of their pages, and just don't do that at all. If you do want to rename one for any particular reason, obviously I can talk you through that, or I can do that myself for you. But yeah, two tips: don't go near the trash can, and don't rename any of the pages on the website, because yeah, both of those things cause quite big problems. So quickly then, you'll see it loads the home page. There's lots of strange symbols and things that are repeated, such as the slider. Basically, ignore all of that. It's just the way the site's been set up to behave on tablets and on phones and on computers. So there's different elements that are switched on and off. So if it doesn't look right in here, don't worry at all. We know the website itself is fine. Everything that you click to, everything you click on, you can see then you get these green boxes. So for example, if you wanted to add or change the number in there, you could. If you wanted to change the order, you've got move. If you hover over most things in Bramble, it will tell you what they're going to do. And again, it's fairly straightforward. Most things are pretty, like I said to you before, a bit like Microsoft Word. You click an area, you then are able to edit that area. You click the next area, you can then edit that area. So yeah, you edit it much like you would go through and amend some text on a Word document or something similar. So pretty straightforward stuff. Another thing is I wouldn't play around with the font sizes too much, because again, they're optimized for computers, tablets and phones. If you make them larger, and on those devices it changes how they look. So again, you can add as much text as you like or change text, but I wouldn't play around with the fonts too much. Same again, you get a video, one's the computer version, one's the phone version. Again, just ignore all of that. So yeah, every section that you get, you basically click, you're able to then edit. Yeah, if you want to change the quote, you could do that. Yeah, so it's pretty straightforward, to be honest with you. So the next thing to say is if you don't want to, so if you accidentally do something you didn't mean to, like we've just deleted something there, you do have at the top here an undo button. Sometimes you have to click that a couple of times, but it will put back whatever it is that you've deleted. The other thing you can do is if you're not sure of what you've done or you think you might have made a mistake, as long as you don't click publish changes at the top, if you just exit and leave, then the site is absolutely fine. So you won't have done any damage at all if you do that. So yeah, don't panic if you go on, you're not quite sure what's happened, you're not quite sure what you've done or you've got in a muddle. Basically exit, don't publish. And then if you go back in, it might give you a message about it's auto-saved. Just tell it to discard the auto-save version. That way, the website is always the last proper saved version of the site. So yeah, you might come across that and it'll make more sense if you see that message. But yeah, basically, don't publish the changes and the site will always be completely fine. So to navigate through to the other pages, you click up the top here and you can see they're quite clearly labelled. So the Pen Pals letters page, you'd scroll down, you're then able to edit that. Again, you can add or remove text, change bits that you want to as you need to. One thing I'm not really covering in this video is images, because, for example, they're all sized to fit. So they're all, at the moment, I've sized them all in Photoshop. to fit where they are sitting next to other images, so they're all the same width and height, and they all fit the right areas. So for now, I'll leave all the images for me to do. If you want to be able to change all the images yourself, that's something I'll have to cover in a separate video. But yeah, basically initially it's just a case of getting you access to the website, giving you the ability to go through and make simple text changes. Yeah, every page is just, you click on it, it loads it, yeah, and then you're able to go in and make changes. Yeah, so it's pretty straightforward really. Hopefully that's what you need for now to just go through and make text alterations. Like I say, I can cover anything else that's not covered in this video in a separate video if needs be. You have a half an hour of free support from me every month, so you can use that for bits that you can't do, or something that's too technical like adding a page or changing a contact form, something that you might not be able to do yourself. I think some customers think that they can have access to everything and do it all. Obviously, they'd have to learn bits to be able to do everything. So initially, I've given you access to just making text changes. I can cover other things in other videos, or you've got that free support from me for bits that you can't do. Yeah, so I hope that makes sense. You might need to watch this video back for it to make sense completely. But if you do need anything else at the moment, then obviously just give me a shout. Thanks for watching.